So hello my dear students of class 10th. I'll be discussing a beautiful, small, inspiring poem by Robert Frost, Dust of Snow. So in this poem, the poet has given us a message that how nature has a remarkable and amazing healing power. He has, in an ironical way, written that how the crow and the hemlock tree, which are considered as ominous, they are related to doom, despair, and death, are able to bring a positive change in poet's life. So let's go ahead and read it. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So here the poet is expressing that how he was sad, he was enveloped by negativity, by the negative thoughts. He was quite hopeless. He was quite feeling, he was feeling quite hopeless, or he was down. He was low on his vibe, and he happened to be under this hemlock tree where this crow was sitting. And when this crow flew, it shook the leaves of the tree, and from those leaves few particles of snow were dusted on poet's shoulder. And as soon as this poet feels those particles of snow, he is elated. He becomes quite different person from like just at that moment when he felt that snow on his shoulder. He started feeling lively. His mood from melancholy changed to that of joys. So has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So he was regretting that how he has he was wasting his day in that deep thought of sadness, of that despair, whatever negative thing was enveloping him, whatever uh, sad thoughts were in his heart. He was immediately moved away from that that point of whatever he was feeling, that the negative thing. He was immediately transferred to a positive phase by that that through these elements of nature. And he was saying, he said that his half day was ruined in that sadness, but he was happy that half the other part of the day was saved, and he became happy and joyous again. So again, what is the theme of this poem? The theme of this poem is that it is talking about the healing power of nature. That nature has immense, incredible healing power, which acts as a tranquilizer for a sad person. Whenever a person tries to connect to nature, he can become lively and happy, and he can feel that he is fresh again. So coming on to the figure of speech, first of all, let's discuss the rhyming scheme. Okay. So how is the rhyming scheme discussed? See, we'll go on to the last word of the poem. Sorry, last word of the sentence. First is crow, then me, then snow, then tree. So we can see, for this we can write A for crow, and me will write B because they are not rhyming. Now snow is rhyming with crow, so we'll give it a, and tree is rhyming with me, so we'll give it a B. Heart is another because it's not rhyming with any of the above words, so we'll give it a C. Mood, another word, we'll give it a D. Part is rhyming with heart, so again it will get a C, and mood is rhyming with rude, so it will get a D. So what is the rhyming scheme? A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. So this is the rhyming scheme of this poem. Okay. Now, coming on to the figure of speech. First figure of speech is enjambment. Enjambment. What is enjambment? Enjambment is when you do not have any of the punctuation mark, the line jumps over to the next without any punctuation mark, and you can see the only punctuation mark is used here is the full stop at the last sentence. So at the end of the last sentence. So this is only the punctuation mark used here. So this figure of speech is enjambment. Number 2 is alliteration. What is alliteration? It is the repetition of sound of consonants, like same sound of consonant, like has given my heart. So here has is, see, H, H. So we have her sound. And here a change of mood and saved some parts. Sir, sir. So you have this S repetitive sound, sir repetitive sound. So this is alliteration. Third is imagery. What is imagery? When you go and read the poem line by line, the entire image of hemlock tree, the crow flying from that tree, and the dust particles shaking up, and the dust particle dropping on the shoulder of this poet, all this imagination is right in your mind. So this is imagery. Then you have synecdoche. What is synecdoche? Synecdoche is when a part represents a whole or a whole represents a part. Now, if for an example, let's say I have 10 helping hands to help me. So I don't have only hands, I have people to help me. So that is synecdoche. Now here, has given my heart a change of mood. Heart is having a change of mood. Is it possible? It is talking about the entire mood change of the poet himself. So it is not only his heart is changing, the entire human's mood is changing. So here it is, this part is representing the whole. Okay, and next is symbolism. What is symbolism? Few elements are used to represent a characteristic thing. Like here, crow and this hemlock tree, they are representing, or they are used to represent death, doom, and they are considered as ominous. So this is symbolism. I hope I am able to make this poem clear to you all. If you have any problem, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you and have a great day.